Get you back. So anyway, but yeah, that's keeping up with the Bidens, y'all, and we'll see how this. I know this year ain't gonna end right, but
garbage and sanitation worker. No, they want to live in big houses that they see on videos.
You know, my thing is, I thought it was funny because it was the caller that did it, but at the end of the day, it's when you're a public figure,
that the whole thing makes me sick to my stomach.
You know what I'm saying? 99.9% of the time, I love living in this, country that we're free and we have this freedom of speech. But every now and then,
when
she
man,
did
listen,
the
brother, if she could turn back the hands of time, Doc, ain't no Dave Chappelle, I'll tell you that.
And so you need to be put out and put on notice. The hell no.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Listen, I am on location, and I'm excited. I will not miss talking to my family and even communicating with y'all. So I hope y'all are excited about being with us today, and I ain't seen y'all in 7 days. But y'all know what time it is. I don't want to prolong it because I got a lot to talk about, and I only got another 49 minutes. So, man, can you bring the family on so we go on and get this thing started, please? Gentlemen, madam.
What up?
Good morning. Good to see y'all. Y'all doing
good
all
rising.
Right?
Good. What's up with you?
Look here, y'all see sister down there blowing in our new area too. That's nice.
Oh,
I like it.
I do too. I thought she was like backstage at the Grammys or the Oscars. Looked like she backstage about to get an award or something.
Well, maybe she always in somebody's business, so maybe she really at their house or something.
That's what it is.
Black, what's up, man? You doing all right?
Yes, sir. Good today.
That's good, man. Listen, man, I see you drinking natural today, so you got your smoke ready, though?
I got my smoke ready.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right,
yeah,
here we go. Here we go.
You're right. All right, listen, y'all, let's get into this thing because I think we got about 15 things to talk about. So let's get to number 15. Yeah. Ubering illegals. Y'all, listen, Hot Wheels in Texas, a.k.a. Greg Abbott, has decided that he is going to rent a charter bus for all the illegal immigrants that keep coming over our border. Guess where he's going to send them jokers? To the United States Capitol. I said, boy, I tell you, white people are petty. I mean, it ain't just white people, just people, period. But that white man is petty. And I don't know what is. Now, listen, as of right now, it ain't happened. But I wouldn't put it past them. Now, listen, is any of your friends going to be on them charter buses, Kenny?
It might be a couple of my homeboys, my vatos. They might be on that bus. You never know. But it was some illegals at the Capitol January 6th. But then we don't want to talk about that.
Not at all, right? Not at all. I really see this moment here is just we're really pulling back the curtains on just politics now, and you really get to see the childishness, if I can say it, of just people in power. And we once thought that these people were upstanding people, but this is not new. They've been petty, ever since. Hey, man, I'm good to see you. Hola.
Hey, what's up, Brittany?
What's up, Brittany?
You using those terminologies. You gonna be on that bus? Better be careful. You're using Spanish. Madam, is this part for the course, or are we taking it over, crossing the line now?
This is just Hot Wheels, Hot Wheeling. I cannot stand him. He's just talking. There is absolutely no way. And him being in Texas, he's implying that the only illegal immigrants here are all from Mexico. But they're not just all from Mexico. He may have some cousins and friends and whatnot. He's just trying to incite something and be insulting because he feels like it worked for the last butthole. So he's just trying to join in. But I dare him. I want him to drive the bus. I want him to get up them steps and drive it.
They do have handles that you can drive. It's really interesting. Yeah, black. I mean,
Well, I'm gonna say this: in this effort to be petty and racist all at the same time, be careful what you do. There's a saying, be careful how you treat people on the way up because you're gonna meet the same people on the way down. So when we talk about illegal immigrants, aliens, whatever term you want to call them, what amazes me is that Hispanics is the fastest growing population in the United States. And so you be careful now, because I want you to keep that same energy, because one day, maybe not too far in the distant future, what if they're in power? What if they're in control? Then all of a sudden, now when you are fully and officially the minority, and they want to enact and pass some laws that now impact your life with his crippled ass, then at that point, now I want you to keep that same energy.
Yeah. Right. You know what, Black, to your point though, this is really interesting, because what seems to be something that we gloss over is Hispanics really take a hard right or a hard left. Like, they don't agree. Like, you have some Hispanics that's probably more Trumpian than some white folks.
True. Right.
And they're actually supporting this illegal immigrant movement, because for multiple reasons, but I found it really ironic and strange that they were very adamant about get them out of here. I was like, these are the people I thought. Man, it's really interesting to see that, but it is what it is. And y'all, I just want y'all to see what politics look like behind closed doors. And now y'all gonna see, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully, they got their cameras and they snacks ready to go, because they going to the Capitol.
Again, it's an election year too, and as you all know, that's what politicians do. They write their script. They definitely want to appeal to their base, and we know that that's what Abbott, that's what he does, and he talks a lot of talk, but he don't do much. But just say stupid stuff and be stupid like he is. So anyway, I think he just talking. Me personally.
Yep. No, you're right. All right. Well, we'll keep y'all posted if they pull this off. It's gonna be with taxpayer dollars for sure. So
most definitely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, man. What we got next? Courtney Clenney and Christian. I'm not gonna even butcher that man's name like that.
Obumseli is how I heard it pronounced.
Well, y'all heard it here first from Kenny. Y'all, this is just a case of domestic violence, but as the riddle says, what is poetic, blind, and at times done incorrectly will result in vengeance is justice. And here you have it. Justice is being cruel, but it's only because it's a well-made cocktail, which is interracial relationships. That's the only reason this is getting to play, right?
Right, true.
Because Sheila slapped David in a minute, and it don't mean nothing. So apparently, this young lady was in a situation where she was bloodied up, and the young man had a lot of stab wounds. This reminds me of that guy that Special Olympic guy from Australia who got caught up. You know what I'm saying? Again,
Mikhail Pistor. Yeah, Pistorius.
Yeah.
Mikhail Pistorius is what his name. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it only gets the light because of his who he was in the spotlight. This is nothing new. This is domestic violence 101. But people are up in uproar because she hadn't been arrested yet. That ain't new. Right? For whatever reason. So this is just justice being cruel. And unfortunately, people have seen this time and time again. And unless you got 100 million followers, it's gonna fall through the cracks, ladies and gentlemen. Black. I know you heard the story. If not, it's just
yeah, dude.
This is just what's your feelings on this, brother?
I'm like you. Nothing to see here. Move on. You know, you had a white girl who has a social media following. She stated that she only dates black men with money. You know, and judging by his name, Umoseli, you know, I'm not a fan of Africans. You know, personally. You know, I've had my run-ins with them and as well. You know, because they're not all that fond of Americans. You know, and so maybe he, at the exclusion of his own race, that's what he liked. God bless them both. You know, you're free to do whatever you want to do. But I like what you said. This is domestic violence. You know, two mismatched people who both had agendas dating with each other, and it got out of hand or whatever. Who the hell cares? You know, frankly, I don't really care.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
and the people who care is the people who's in uproar, and I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's frustrated around them, and they want to see justice prevailed. But man, how often does that happen for even white people? You know, I've seen white people not get justice either. So I just don't want to get. I don't want to fall into this race baiting. And I mean, Devin, does this sound like race baiting? That they is why we headed this way? Or?
Of course it is. And the reason they've, of course, made a big deal out of it is because apparently this guy was putting down black women quite frequently, and why he wouldn't date them. And, you know, I clearly don't have an issue with interracial dating. However, I do have a major issue with putting down your own race in doing it. But at the same time, what I want to happen to people like that is for her to run his behind through the mud, make him look stupid, take all his money, leave him barefoot homeless on the street. I don't think he deserved to die. But once again, a lot of people of African descent don't even like me. So I kind of feel the same way about them as I do other races and people who don't like me. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish death on him, but
Right,
I mean,
right.
it is what it
Yeah.
is. I mean, he clearly messed with somebody who had a lot more power than him, regardless of her race. And that was his fault.
You're not getting no protest. Black Lives Matter ain't coming out the woodworks. You know, you won't hear from Al Sharpton. It is what it is, brother. You know what I'm saying? I apologize. Y'all like him, you love him. He said, so should black people just sit this one out? I think they already have.
With a margarita. With a margarita.
Hey, Nita,
Yeah.
good to see you.
Hey, what's
Good to
up,
see you,
Nita?
Nita. Good to see you.
That's family. That's my family right there. Thanks
Oh,
for
all right.
joining
Hey,
us,
fam.
Nita.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, Kenny. So one more thing I want to add to this moment. The Karens was after her. She was, you know, she felt, she made a statement about her feeling suicidal and that she felt devastated. But one of the Karens called her out with her daddy hanging out. And he's like, I thought you were suicidal. I thought you was this. And there they go. Them Karens don't play, man. I mean, again, it's sad, but it'll happen again in about now. There's another one going on right now. I mean, Kenny, what you got?
You know the thing about this, and Brother Black, I want you to say this because this is his favorite state. What's the most prized commodity in this country, Brother Black?
A white woman.
That's
So
what he's saying.
so to piggyback off of the Karen thing, that's definitely what we see here. There's no way that woman shouldn't be locked up, regardless of if you're still investigating. When you came on the scene and she's full of blood, and it's a man dead. I mean, take her in. Even if you just hold her, I mean, either you give her bail or you don't give her bail. She needs to be taken in for questioning. But then too, this is in the state of Florida. Let's go and keep it real.
That's it.
Anytime some crimes happen in the state of Florida, it's gonna be some funkiness to it. You know, they got that stand your ground law. This probably couldn't happen in a better state for her, to be honest with you. So, because I believe that she's gonna walk in self-defense. Now, I would say this. There is domestic violence. This is nothing. This is serious, regardless of their interracial dating. I could care less. I think there was domestic violence on both sides, according to stories. Friends said that she was always the instigator. Then there was neighbors where they were said that he noticed that he was the investigator. So what happened is you had two toxic individuals that unfortunately we see this happen over and over again. Again, I don't want to play the race baiting call. You know, they pulled up some of his old tweets talking, you know, downgrading black women, which I don't like. But that was in 2012. I think the young man was still in high school. Matter of fact, he's from Texas. He went to Plano East. So they pulled up some of his old tweets and all this. And I don't think that's cool either. But again, you know, I have to say this: sometimes you get what you ask for. And I don't wish that, I don't wish death upon nobody. But you know, sometimes, you know, karma is real.
You know, and there's so many easy jokes we can pull from this moment, and you know, and make fun of, you know, the tragedy of others. But I won't do that. Maybe I'll do one to the stage above and outside.
Yeah, play.
So
Hey,
for all you other,
right, you right.
That's right. Listen, take it from Jaffa Jofa, take it from Hakeem. You know what I'm saying? Only come to America looking for a beauty queen.
How are you feeling now? You feeling good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking to my son. Okay. All right. I said I'm gonna do one. I'm done. All right. We're not gonna spit on the dead. That's what we'll say for another day. All right, y'all. Listen, Walmart has stepped up their game once again, y'all. Listen, they trying to be they trying to be the company of the century. If you're a Walmart employee, you have the potential to earn 6 figures. Would y'all leave y'all job to go work for Walmart now? They offering y'all 6 figures?
Leave my job. I ain't got nothing to leave right now. My name is Tom. My name is Tommy right now, player.
What job you got, Tommy? Yeah. But listen, here's the catch, man. It's only for the truck drivers. I didn't know Walmart had like their own separate truck drivers. Like they don't contract it out.
Mm-hmm. No, they have their own. Yeah.
That's it, man. Listen, and before this came out, they were paying their truck drivers $80,000 a year. Now they have said you can get paid up to $110,000 a year. Y'all listen, if I could at least drive home without falling asleep, I'd become a truck driver tomorrow. But I can't drive home without getting tired and my eyes getting heavy. But that is an amazing incentive. It must be really bad out there, y'all. I mean, Kenny, you know, 110. That should get the ball rolling, right?
Yeah, it is. You know, it's a shortage of truck drivers. You know, it's been the shortest, I want to say, for the last year and a half. I think they're saying that there's been like 80,000 shortage of truck drivers trying to move goods and services. Obviously, you know what we're going through economically. You can go in a lot of these stores now, even Walmart, and see a bunch of empty shelves. They can't get a lot of the goods and service because they don't have truck drivers. And I think it's man. You know, pay to get your CD. I believe they'll pay for you to go to school to get your CDL too. You know, kudos to Walmart. Hopefully we can, you know, that's jobs available for those that want to do that. I think it's a good thing.
I remember at least 20 years ago, we used to frown about people working at Walmart and, you know, buying stuff from Walmart. Man, it is one of the biggest global companies ever. Devin, you gonna try to entice your son?
Y'all know what? A little bit of my business. I actually have a CDL, but I would never.
What?
I do. I have a CDL, but I would never. Walmart has a history of mistreating their employees. So for Walmart to start paying these truck drivers $100,000, where is this money coming from? The cashiers, it's going to be 2 girls in there. She's going to have to run electronics, produce, and the bakery all at the same time because Walmart just does not treat their employees well. Or are they going to throw out this incentive, hire a bunch of truck drivers, and then when they get enough, start laying off the 100,000 L's and start paying the other 170? I mean, it's just one of those companies that, yes, if you have the ability, you should definitely jump on it. But I just wonder, they just make me feel like they're going to give you 100 and then they're going to have these 15-year-olds working 60 hours a week. It's just something about Walmart that just makes me feel it ain't like Bougie Tarjay. I don't know how I feel about them.
Wow. Now, you said something that was really interesting. Now, wait, side note, I would have got you wrong if you ever told me that one of your facts was you was a truck. I'd have got that wrong, man. That is very interesting. That's very cool to hear that. But I say this because you're making sense about something, and that's about like they're removing those cashiers out of their buildings. Like the one in my neighborhood, I believe it's like 75% self checkout now. Maybe you got
Yeah,
3 or 4 cashiers.
most of them.
So you're making a good point. They are making moves and they're putting their money where it's most beneficial. Black, you gonna tell you what to get on?
My field, my education is in business. Both my degrees is in business, and I come from a retail environment. 25 years managing Toys R Us, AutoZone, and Macy's. So I actually come from that world. The reason why Walmart is the most successful retailer in the world, they have the greatest inventory system in the world.
Yes,
and
sir.
So the truck drivers is integral to the backbone and success of their business. What they do better than anybody else is you'll never walk into a Walmart and see rotting fruit. Here's the reason why. Because of their truck drivers. The reason why the prices are cheaper at Save More and Save a Lot and all these C-level stores is because Walmart has its own trucking system. Is because they're able to deliver the goods and services to their stores fresh and sell them to you first rate. Any second rate, those get shipped out and sold to the lower level stores. And so that's why they're able to pay their truck drivers more, because the entire business model of Walmart is predicated on not being out of anything. Now, because of the pandemic, that's where we ran into some issues. And you're exactly right, as you guys are talking about. So they're in a bidding war right now with Amazon, because Amazon has their own system being able to deliver packages direct to your doors. And of course, that's extended to the Whole Foods model. And so what Walmart's doing is they're stepping their game up to make sure that they don't fall behind. And you're exactly right. Where the money's coming from is they already have test stores out there where they're going to eliminate workers. So this big thing a couple of years ago where they were paying, cashiers were wanting $15 an hour, Walmart said yes. But behind the scenes, they're going to eliminate those positions. They do it better than absolutely. They do it better than anybody else, and that's what makes them so successful. It is the greatest business model in the world, in retail. I should say.
They didn't put up one fuss. You know what? You were so right. They were like one of the first companies to say, "Sure, we'll give y'all $15
we'll give it to you,
and y'all gonna be gone in 6 months." Hey, man.
Yeah. Wow. Or you're going to be working. You're only going to be working 20, 25 hours a week. So then they're not even having to pay you insurance. So there you go.
Y'all better start playing checkers out here with these boys, because they're over here making moves on you people, man. Wow. And guess what they're gonna say? Well, we raised the minimum wage.
Yeah.
And that's all they gonna say.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Hilarious. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just telling you, listen, if your kids just ain't doing well in school, y'all, they can make $100,000 getting a CDL like Sister Devin. I don't even think
that's what's up.
I don't think neither one of us got one, right?
No, I don't.
No,
I ain't got no CDL.
That's
you're bad. You're a bad woman.
Yeah,
you're a bad woman.
How long have you had your CDL?
I can get you where you need to go, but I got the license to be able to.
How long have you had your CDL?
Oh, I got it. A long time ago, probably 20 years ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow.
That was smart though.
That's what's up.
Yeah, for real. Okay.
All right, man. What we got next? Oh, well, he up there. Never mind. Go on, brother. Tell us something good.
Yeah. Well, I don't have my CDL, but I know somebody to do. Anybody? Miss Devin, she got her CDL. Everybody want to know. So anyway, hey, it's sports time with your boys, sports guy Kendrick. What's going on? Well, we had Tiger Woods played in the Masters this weekend. His first his first pro golf tournament since his accident last year. He did all right. I mean, he obviously he's still dealing with those physical disabilities from that accident, but he came in 46th place. But he did okay considering what he had to do. And then we had a legendary Dallas Cowboys offensive lineman that passed away this past Thursday. They called him Big Cat. Rayfield Wright passed away at the age of 76 years old. So You know, we want to definitely send our condolences to him and his family. And he was a Super Bowl winner, Hall of Famer, and he was on the all-decade team of the 70s. So anyway, condolences to Rayfield Wright and his family. Now, we're going to talk about another NFL Hall of Famer, Brett Favre. I don't know if you guys remember this story from a couple of months ago. Brett Favre was in some hot water with the Mississippi health officials about taking some money for some situations, and he did not actually go forth and provide what he was supposed to provide for that money. Well, come to find out, Brett Favre was basically sending text messages to some Mississippi government officials, basically saying, telling them, I stuck my neck out for you. It's time for you to stick your neck out for me. On this $2.4 million. Now, Favre said a nonprofit director, Nancy New, gave him $5 million in grant funds to build a volleyball stadium at his alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi, a payment that could be part of forthcoming civil litigation. A pharmaceutical company far back called Provacus also ended up receiving $2.15 million in allegedly stolen funds from the Mississippi Department of Human Services. The quarterback also collected an additional $1.1 million in welfare dollars personally. And this has not been actually reported on anywhere. So my question is to you guys, where's the fine line between what's the line? These schemes, I call it a scheme. Sound like they got schemes going on. Is this something that we see a lot with athletes and entertainers? You think getting away with these type of schemes for getting money that they don't actually do anything for, they just scheme it? Devin, what you think?
I think he should be in prison. Like, I don't know how that's normal. How is that not some kind of form of embezzlement? Or like, I don't get how that's not a federal crime. Like, I watch a lot of Netflix and I've seen people go to federal prison for a lot less than that, for hundreds of thousands of dollars. You saying up in the millions, and he's still walking around able to talk about it and try to bribe people and whatnot. Like, I don't understand how this is okay. I think it happens a lot. You know, some people get held accountable for things and others don't. But I just don't see how he's still just able to sit around and talk to people about it. This is weird to me.
Brother Black, what you think about it?
Like Sister Devin, I think it's far more common than we ever would really want to know. And the fact that an athlete of his star level is in it, I'm not even surprised, to be honest with you. I think that probably is more normalized than you can imagine. When I'm gonna go on and say it point blank. When you're white and you're privileged, we're gonna keep it 1,000. Those opportunities get pitched to you, I believe, on a regular basis, particularly when you're mixing star power, celebrity, and funds that's dealing with politics and city council and stuff. I guarantee you, I put my paycheck on this. You could pick any city council in any city anywhere in the world. The fact that it's a screwed up state like Mississippi only makes the crimes even easier because nobody's paying as much attention. If it's New York or California, or Chicago, or someplace like that, yeah, you're under a bigger microscope. But those little places where they figure nobody's looking, that's probably just as normalized as you can imagine. Because anytime you're dealing with government funds and they're going to do this and do that, that's what lobbyists do. That's what the crooked politicians do. You think about the incident we just went through with the rent moratorium. They allocated billions of dollars to be spent. We still don't know where, but when the numbers get that high, what they're counting on is the average Joe Q citizen like us to not understand that, and it's over our heads. And who gonna think about that? When in reality, somebody's always lining their pockets. Why not Brett Favre? To your point, Devin, he should be in jail, but
yeah,
he's Brett Favre.
Yeah, Brendan, what you think, bro?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Black said it's white, but it's black and white. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a culture thing. And it started when old white men are putting $800 in the, to start running back's, coat pocket, or, the quarterback gets to get the job at the car dealership and he's just driving all the cars. It's the culture, right? These guys have been hustling since they were in Pee Wee football. They were always privileged as an athlete. You're privileged then, you're privileged now. And the thing is, the money the privilege gets higher and higher. You know what I'm saying? And here you are to a Hall of Fame football player. That's just par for the course, right? The black guys do it, the white guys do it. That's just the culture of sports. Like, it's about you getting something for nothing. Football, you're getting paid more money than somebody's educating somebody's child just because you know how to run fast and you know how to catch a ball.
The only reason I brought up white privilege is this. You're right. There's crooks in every race, but I think when you're white, though, you don't. Randall Cunningham, Donovan McNabb, they don't even get offered that deal.
Right.
The back door. That's where the white privilege for me comes into play. That when you're of that persuasion, you're not going to hear about certain deals that's even going to come across your plate unless they can use you to get something out of it. But by virtue of him playing golf with them, this is a golf conversation. Hey, Brett, hey, we got to. They're not going to say that to Donovan McNabb.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's the thing is, he's made over, during his playing career, he's made over $80-90 million. So my thing is, really, this little money right here is really chump change. But again, if you're in that position and you feel like you can get away with it, because they can, a lot of times, it's that white privilege, I will have to say. A lot of times the system, they can skirt the system and kind of finagle their way through it, and it is his home state too, of Mississippi. So, he's the forever loved hero.
He's a god
of the state of Mississippi, you know. So I guess that's probably why he's thinking, you know what, y'all owe me. I'm the one who put y'all on the map. So, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I'm gonna keep my eye on this story because again, these allegations, this story is almost a year old, and there has nothing been happening. Now, some of the details just are coming out. So we're gonna see what happens with Mr. Brett Favre. And I'm a Packer fan. Brett Favre, what you doing, son? You didn't make enough cheese in Green Bay. You made all that cheese in Green Bay, and you want some more cheese. But anyway, that's my sports segment. Back to you, Brett.
Appreciate it, brother. Listen, I guess Devin ain't the only one that's staying in folks' business. So, football players, y'all better watch out now. Y'all better watch you keep in your business. Listen, there is a problem that I did not know was a problem. Apparently, the government is having a problem defining what a woman is. I don't. So the Daily Caller is reporting that question is being asked to the senators on the left. Can you define what a woman is? This is becoming more and more news because during the hearing of Ketanji Brown Jackson, she was asked the question about what is a woman. And she replied, I'm not a biologist.
Ha! Oh, boy.
Devin, is that the appropriate answer? What is
I got to hear this.
I'm just saying, like, are we redefining what a woman is now?
No, she was being politically correct to not get dragged on social media. Like most women, if you ask I'm about to say this, a cisgender woman like myself, what a woman is, I'll tell you that my ovaries and my uterus and those kids I gave birth to qualify me to be a woman. But in today's age, people get offended if I call myself a woman. I have to call myself a cis woman. I can't just call myself a woman because people get their feelings hurt. And mind you, I think people should be whoever they want to be, but it's really getting on my damn nerves. Like I'm just sick of it. Like I shouldn't have to. Like a friend of mine told me when she gave birth to her kid, she had an option to pick neutral when it came to the sex of her child. And I'm It's just a lot. But if I was put on the spot like she was, I would also say something like that because they're trying to get her caught up.
That is crazy. I don't understand like the delusion in this world where we're coming to. I get it, but I mean, Kenny, do you know what a woman is?
I'm beginning to think I'm beginning to think I fell asleep in my 7th grade health class. Did I wake up? Did I sleep through all my health and biology? I guess I did.
I have never heard the term cis woman. That is crazy.
Far as I know, I mean, my definition of woman is still stands. Now I gotta definitely I might have to check under the hood to make sure she got the original parts. But my definition of a woman is someone that has 2 breasts and a womb and a vagina and can birth children and have a menstrual cycle once every 30 days. That's my definition. So, if they would have had me on the hot seat, they probably would have ended that. They would have ended that question with me. They would have threw me out of there.
The breast and the vagina don't work today. You can't use that.
That's what I said. I have to check under the hood though to make sure it's the original part.
Well, they can get some. They can have some now.
Yeah, I know. So I'm confused. I don't know. I you know what? I think I'm gonna give me that. What's that? How much that woman costs, Black? You say you get how much she costs?
That price is dropping as we speak.
I think I might have to invest in that, bro, because I have no idea what we doing now.
By Christmas, I might have her up in here.
Okay.
Listen. Okay, listen to all our fellow watchers. Tell your kids to step out the room. I'm about to ask Black a question. Lee Black, how can you tell if you know if it's a woman or not?
For me, it is all about biology. We have collectively lost our minds.
Look at him.
We truly have collectively lost our mind. I kid you not. Two of the most high-profile people are dealing with this right now in cancel culture. Dave Chappelle and J.K. Rowling.
Yep.
And they're defying the odds because they are not backing down. Dave Chappelle said it. It's a matter of biology. J.K. Rowling defined it and herself as a real woman. She has a movie is debuting right now. The woman is one of the richest women in the world, not the country, in the world. Her movie is going to do fantastic. Stand your ground. We've lost our collective minds that we have to sit here now and be afraid because we're living in modern day McCarthyism. You cannot manufacture a snatch. That is not a real woman. So my thing is, a woman for me is a real snatch, titties and ass and snatch. That's a real woman. That's a real woman.
Okay.
Stop playing with me. And I'm never going to climb too high on this social media because whatever you want to call yourselves and everything, you can go do whatever you want to do. You can call yourself a dog and an umbrella if you want to. As Brother Kenny said, if that snatch don't bleed organically from God, then you are not a woman. I'm sorry.
Right. No, I listen, y'all. That man maneuver like Barry Sanders. Y'all see him? All right, brother. I appreciate that, y'all. It's a political trap. They're asking the senators to tell them blah blah blah, and everybody just stays silent. So I don't know what we're what's the word? We are
because this transgender believe me, this transgender thing is the hot it's the hot button. That's the button pusher. I was just reading where a transgender athlete won first place in the swimming event.
Yep.
That you transitioned from a man to a woman. But as a man, he came in like 240th place. But then when he transitioned and became a woman, now he wants first place. So it's a hot issue, man. It's a button pusher, and this is where we are in this country, and it's really sad, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I'm just telling y'all keep your head on the swivel because I don't know what's next. I don't know what's coming. So all right, that's
Adams
Woman
apple.
2.0.
Yeah, check the Adams apple. Yeah,
well,
check up under the hood. Kick the tires.
We'll keep y'all posted. I don't know how far this gonna go up the pole. We may get the woman 10.5 or something. I don't know. It's gonna change out there, but we'll see. All right, man. What we got next? I think it's Madam's time. Madam, like I said, you somewhere. I don't know where yet, but hopefully we're gonna get no surprises.
I am in the man cave right now because no one's here. So I'm able to utilize it for a moment. So I'm taking advantage.
Okay. All right. Now.
It's quiet for the moment. And I've been so busy these last few days, because everybody's been gone. So I've been taking care of things. I mean, really minding my business. And then my notifications started going off with some foolishness. This ex-linebacker, Channing Crowder is his name. He showed up late for a dentist appointment, but on time to say that Russell Wilson was a cornball, goofball, square, and that Sierra, his current wife, would have never chose him in real life after dating someone like Future, saying that she is clearly with him for cash, and it's just a mixed matched relationship, and she has no business there. And even posted a picture of Russell Wilson back in like 2012 when he was drafted to show how much, of a cornball he looked like.
He was with that white woman too then. That's why he posted it.
Future has about 8 or 9 kids by like 8 women, and most of them are complaining because they don't get child support, and he's not with any of these women. But I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Britton, what is your initial thought about this?
I don't even know these people. I know Russell Wilson. I barely know Sierra, and I don't even know this cat you're talking about. I to be honest with you, it just sounds like some old throwback hating, some cock blocking. That's all it is to me, man. Listen, if you was a square in school, you're gonna be a square in real life. So I mean, well, get your teeth fixed, man. Get out of folks' business. That's the best thing I can say.
Brother Black, this man, he was an ex-football player. He about 10 years late for a dentist appointment, and he has a gorgeous, much younger wife himself. Do you think he's a little bit of a hypocrite, or is he in denial with why this woman's with him?
All of the above, definitely hypocritical, because you get to pick what you want to pick, and rocking the cradle or whatnot, but don't want nobody's supposed to question you. And then my thing is, I do think it's hateration at this newest level. It's very sad to me that we've come up with terms to describe a decent man, a man who fears God and wanted to wait preserve premarital sex until he got married, and who goes about his business professing his love for his woman, and is a good father to another man's child at that, and willing to love him at his own. But we've come up with a term now that this is a pick me, and we got all these terminologies to describe decency. Once again, we've lost our collective minds that everything that's traditional is being thrown out. My mother called it throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It's an old saying. And so we got to a place now where we're just like we are redefining what a woman is. We are redefining what a good, decent man is. And it's a shame that this man has to keep defending himself in public. He ain't bothering nobody. They seem to be genuinely happy. And that you want to compare what he's bringing to the table. The fact that her life clearly is more stable than what it would have been with Future. I'm not knocking Future. I don't know this man. But I'm just saying, just be happy for them. My God.
Ken, do you think the relationship is genuine, or she's just straight gold digging?
Nah, Sierra had money before she met Russell Wilson. I think people forget that. So she went with him for his money. And you know what's really corny is you got grown men on a pivot on their own show calling other men corny that's taking care of his business. Now, the cornballs are the dudes that's calling him a cornball, in my opinion. Because, hey, like Black say, Russell Wilson don't bother nobody. He just got traded to the Denver Broncos. He getting ready to try to bring them another Super Bowl. He love his wife, love them babies. He is a father to a baby that's not his, and he's respect Future as the father, the biological of that son. So I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. If that's what being a cornball is, sign me up, because I'm gonna be a cornball. If I get married again, I'm damn sure gonna love my wife and be cool with that. I just find it corny that grown men are on podcasts calling another grown man corny that's taking care of his business.
All right. Well, in closing, I just want to let some of the F boys know, in case you don't know. As women, when we're young, a lot of us have these bad boy phases, thug phases. And then after a while, we realize that we just want to be stable and have a decent environment and not have to worry about what fluids you sharing with me after you done ran spread your penis all over town. And I just respect her for wanting the best for her son, because he's raising this man's son. And you know, and I just we gotta let the haters hate, but I'm gonna need the F boys to find something else to do, like go to the dentist. Back at
you. Go to the dentist.
And listen, and she meant that with all 18 wheels. I was just y'all listen, I'm gonna tell y'all just like this. In an age where people are having problems defining what a woman is, we don't have a problem defining what a man is. And y'all not gonna pull the wool over our eyes and make us think that a man is taking care of his business ain't a man. No, that just ain't gonna happen. Not while we alive. So yeah, you clowns catch up on that child support y'all behind. So.
Yeah.
But y'all get some of that action at African got. Anyway. All right, y'all. I'm gonna introduce a new segment to you guys, and it's called On Our Mind in a Minute. Now, these are topics that really didn't make the cut, but I feel like we probably should just hit them as honorable mentions. We ain't gonna stay on them long, because some of them we done beat them like a dead horse anyway. So it's like, let's just talk about it for a second and we'll get on out of here. Is that all right with y'all?
That's all right, Pastor.
Sir. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, okay, I ain't gonna get off topic, but we ain't got no offer from the congregation in a while. We haven't. Come on in here.
Will there be one? Will there be one?
Will there be one? Yes, please, by all means. Okay, we got a minute to talk about Chris, Will, and Jada. Chris said he ain't talking unless he getting paid. Makes sense to me, son. Will has been banned and removed. I think he lost his Oscar, didn't he?
No, he didn't lose his Oscar.
Not yet.
No.
He didn't lose Oscar yet. Well, he lost his seat on the board, and they banned him for 10 years. Okay. But and now Jada is being dragged through the mud because she is being considered a predator for what she did to August, and now she's been considered to be a bully for how she treated Will. I mean, they coming all out the woodwork with these old videos, y'all. So I got a minute to discuss. You know, what do you take from these three moments? Will getting put out, Jada being dragged, and Chris saying, "I ain't opening my mouth till I get some money." Black, what you got?
And quick, under a minute. Bravo for Chris Rock. You know, everybody want to hear about it. Make your money off it, my brother. Will, Jada, you know, Denzel Washington said, when you pray for rain, you have to be prepared for the mud. You guys coveted all this attention. You got it. You know, when it was positive, you was front and center. Now deal with it as well. You know what I'm saying? But they'll be all right. They're filthy rich. If they want to stay together, God bless them. You know, it really doesn't matter at this stage. And then last thing, free R. Kelly. If you're going to lock R. Kelly up, lock our monkey ass up too.
Oh boy. Well, that was a curveball at last one, Black. Okay,
yeah,
I got
you. You don't call him a predator, she's a predator too.
That's right. Madam, what you got on him?
Look at that.
I think R. Kelly need to keep his dirty ass in jail. Anyway, these people are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and I still owe in student loans. So I don't care nothing about them folks. This is old now. That happened forever ago. He didn't even hit him that hard. It ain't that big a deal. His ticket sales done went up. He gonna be worth even more millions while I still owe student loans. So I don't really.
Man, I'm telling you, he did help that brother, right? He took a backhand for a pocket full of money, right? All right, Kenny, you got anything on this mind of the minute?
Real quick, Chris, I ain't mad at him for not talking. You know, hey, that actually he's won. He's won when you think about it in the long run, because he's making that money. Yeah, make him pay you if you want to talk. And that means Will too, because he might sue Will. When he said I ain't talking, he may be like, I ain't talking until Will come up off that money. Will Smith suspended for 10 years. It is what it is. He should have been suspended. He's lucky he wasn't charged with assault, but that could come later. They'll be all right. Jada, man, she got a lot going on. August Alsina, he done dropped a new track about their relationship. So she talking about she gonna do the red table talk again. Believe me, she's gonna capitalize off all this. So the Smiths will be all right. Don't know if they will continue to do what they do. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm about over all this situation at this point.
Right. All right, I got a couple more for the minute. Gas on God. Apparently, this is a hashtag for preachers saying that they're going to give people free gas and because God told them to. My issue with that is I saw a rapper that wanted to give $25,000 worth of free gas to his community, and God didn't tell him to. So I'm really not sure what this God on gas is about. Jesus is not a marketing ploy. If you're going to do it, just do it. And I think the boy gave $25,000 more than some of these preachers did for free gas, because one of the preachers said you're going to fill up for $20. And I don't even think they gave some of these folks a quarter of a tank. So is there really, are we marketing this whole religion thing just to get attention, Kenny?
I would say yes. And the particular minister that was, I think it's Brian Karn. His track record ain't real tight, so to speak. So I look at him with a side eye anyway. So anyway, but the young rapper, the young brother that was in the hood, definitely, props, heads up to him. He's like, I ain't got to worry about gas. I don't have to worry about $5. I can put gas in my car. Don't have to worry about how much it costs. So for him to go out and do it in his neighborhood, much love to that young brother. So anyway, I think some preachers capitalize off of the God told me to do this.
It's just being nice. Black, what's your minute on this?
I'm gonna turn my time over to Sister Devin because this bleeds into my subject.
Oh, well, yes, sir. All right, madam, you got something on this?
Yeah, I mean, is the money for the gas coming from the building fund? I mean, like, where is all this coming from, and how many people can get the gas? And do you have to promise to show up for a service? Because it ain't free, right? It ain't never free. You know what I'm saying? It's they trying to figure out a way to capitalize off of it, and to put God in it is just dirty. And I just, you know what I'm saying? If you're a millionaire or Will Smith, that's what he should be out there doing. He should be out there filling up tanks to make up for his wrong. But I don't trust it. But I have an issue with organized religion today myself. So that's a whole other subject for another day.
Right on. All right, I got one more for the minute. Ketanji Brown is our first Black Supreme Court justice. She was confirmed last week. Congratulations to you, ma'am. And I just wanted to say that at the moment that our young women can be proud of, and I just wanted to give her flowers while she's here. So anybody else want to congratulate her?
Most definitely. Congratulations. That's a monumental moment. She worked hard to get there. And much support. But again, it's the Supreme Court. She's on there with other justices. So it's going to be tough to get some things through, but I'm just happy for her. I'm happy for her family, and much respect. And I know she's in for the fight, so she's gonna have to get her hands dirty, and I believe she can do that.
Yeah, it's 3 women on there now. So Devin, is this a proud moment for us?
It's definitely a proud moment, and I just hope she's able to kind of drown out all the negativity like surrounding her making this, because this lady worked hard. She actually earned it. And I just hate that people try to find ways to take it away from her. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to give her props for real. I'm glad that we can give her flowers for doing what she did.
Who's that?
All right, Black, you gonna pass it on again, or you?
I'm not as proud as you guys are. I reserve.
You just don't want to act. You just never want to act right. You just never want to act right.
I reserve my right until I see what she gonna do. God bless her. Never leave it at that.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, listen, we have to do your part, man.
Kenny, you killing me.
No, you killing me.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh,
I gotta
goodness.
get serious here. You know,
Okay,
I don't. It's funny how this show is so organic, and I promise you, it's not planned. You know, and I came across a topic that made me think about this, and I said, "Well, one medium God to go, please." And when you hear that, it makes you think about fast food. You know, for a second. And we've been sitting here talking about this. We just in our minute segment, literally about the gas for God. That's why I held my statement. In honor of, you know, the season that we're in right now, we know Easter's coming and Lent and things like that. Chicago area church is fasting from whiteness for the celebration of Lent. Now, in case you guys don't know what Lent is, this is a 40-day season of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving that begins on Ash Wednesday and ends at sundown on the Holy Thursday. And so this is supposed to remind us about, you know, what Christ has done for us and, you know, make us feel, you know, closer to God and things like that. And this Chicago area church, they said, quote, "In this fast from whiteness, of course, I cannot change the color of my skin or the way that allows me to move through the world. But I can change what I listen to and whose voice I prioritize." So that's the kind of plan for our worship. So services then, they said we would fast from a time of prioritizing white voices, and that we would use the music and poetry of Black, indigenous people of color and see what the Spirit might do among us. Think about that. And so we just had this topic about the gas for God. In this ungodly world with so much going on, I never thought we'd get to a point where we are gimmicking God to this point. When I said it throughout the course of this episode, we've lost our collective minds. This is what's wrong with people believing in religion, because when we've got to the point where we're turning God into gimmicks and sideshows, you know, it's just like going to Wendy's or, you know, Walmart. Hey, give me medium size. I'll take mine to go. So when we're at a point now where one of the world's most major religions, the Catholics, can gimmick God in a sense that they're going to turn what's supposed to be a holy celebration into fasting from whiteness, we're in true trouble, folks. And so it's no wonder that we have slaps that happen at the Oscars that takes over our collective minds on TV to where we don't think about anything else. And especially in a time when we probably should really be focused a lot more on our relationship with God. And anybody who knows this coming from me, believe it or not, yes, even my sinful ass has my own personal relationship with God, believe it or not. Every single day of my life, I work on that relationship. And I truly believe that God in his infinite judgment, wisdom, and power makes it the sun rise on my fat, toothless ass as it does anybody else. And I, for one, am grateful. So with that said, though, don't medium size my God. Don't turn him into a gimmick. I hope that we can get some of our mind back and stop turning God and religion, or at least the true intention of religion, into gimmicks. And shame on you, Catholic Church. Shame on you, any religion, that you're using God in such a way, because that's the one thing we shouldn't play about. We should all be working out our own salvation with trembling and fear. And when we get to a point where we don't respect God for that, we're a hell of a lot worse from a slap heard around the world. We need to be slapped, beaten, kicked all kind of different ways. And I, for one, don't want to get to that place. So God bless you.
My. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Brother Black.
Now listen, it looks like I learned two things from my family today that I didn't know. I didn't know Devin had a CDL. I didn't know you missing some teeth.
Absolutely.
All right. I done learned two things today.
And to your point, Devin, I am coordinating with my dentist on a regular basis. And when I get them, I'm gonna say, I got some teeth now, y'all.
Thank you. Don't be late for that dentist appointment.
Woo, man. Appreciate that, Lee Black. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a fantastic show. I enjoy talking to these people every single week. I wish somebody would put us on a payroll so we can start talking every day.
I know that's right.
Yeah. So, y'all, it is final thoughts time, and we had so much to talk about. So, Kenny, give me your final thoughts, brother.
You know where I start my final thoughts? Devin, Brother Black, I'm gonna let y'all make it this week. I think y'all did all right. We coming up on Easter. I don't think y'all did nothing crazy. Y'all didn't say nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna let y'all make it. I'm proud of you all this week. Yeah. So I'm gonna get y'all Easter basket. So y'all look for that next week.
Listen,
but
I threw Black a softball too. He didn't take it.
Yeah, he didn't even take it. I know, but he threw a curveball with that R. Kelly. But anyway, I digress. My final thoughts is, this domestic violence, man. That situation that happened in Miami. Those happen more than we probably can count on our hands and toes. But the justice system has to do a better job of investigating and arresting people. I mean, this woman should not be out. She should not be sitting in a hotel lobby having a drink, regardless of their history. A man is dead, a family is devastated, but you got a woman of privilege that's walking around having drinks. So am I shocked? No. Do I want to see better? Yes. Do I believe the justice system will do better? No. My hope for is take domestic violence serious. If it's two toxic people together, get away from each other, because it never turns out, it's never a happy ending. Never a happy ending. So that's my family thoughts.
That's it. Brother Black, talk to us.
My final thought goes to my brother, Paul Young. Yesterday was a very tough day for me. My April 10th is my brother's birthday, and he's been dead for quite a while. He never lived to see 30. And what got me thinking about it was we lost a young man yesterday, Haskins, at the age of 24, walking across the highway, got hit by a dump truck. And it just shows you the fragile nature of life, that, your life can change on a dime. And so for that family, my heart certainly goes out to them. And I can sit here and tell you that my brother Paul never lived to be 30. And he's been dead for the better part of 30 years. It never goes away. And everything about me, I lost two brothers that never saw 30. They died from HIV and AIDS. And everything about who I am comes from those two brothers. And so yesterday was a tough day for me. Yeah, I wish I could sit here and tell you it gets better. I cried quite a bit yesterday. And so my final thoughts is with my brother, how much I miss him. Yeah.
Oh, man. Love you, brother. Appreciate you sharing, man. Thank you for being
prayers
transparent.
for you, brother. Yeah, prayers for
man.
you.
Right on. All right, Devin, I'm sorry you have to go behind that, but
I know I'm on prayers for.
I'm sorry.
I
no.
hear that, but over time they say, but is that even true? I just want to speak to my ladies real quick about related to that situation with Goofball, the actual Goofball. It is okay for a woman to want more and better for herself. Women, stop picking men who need to be fixed, who need to be worked on. Your stuff is not any better than the next heifer. I'm gonna need y'all to start reading the Yelp reviews and looking up his history. If the Yelp reviews showed that he was a F boy yesterday, he got several baby mamas, he don't pay no child support, his kids don't want nothing to do with him, he want to drive your car, he ain't got no gas, he disrespects you and calls you out your name, he is not the man for you. I don't care what he say. He ain't gonna treat you no better. He may treat you better on Monday, but next Monday you gonna be everything that everybody else was with a baby and no child support. So we have a responsibility not only for ourselves to seek people who treat us right, regardless, and we also have a responsibility to teach our daughters to also aspire to be with someone who treats them the way they should be treated. It is no longer F-boy season. I'm gonna need us as females to do better. They wouldn't continue to act this way if we wouldn't continue to tolerate it.
You said something else, sister.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Well, yes. All right, y'all. Listen. Again, fantastic show. Y'all have gotten high quality education from these three individuals plus myself. But now's the time to give some thoughts to my final thought here. Ladies, gentlemen, I have a question for you guys. Have you ever been guilty of overreacting?
Yeah.
Yes. Not very
Did you
often.
regret it?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Sister, have you ever overreacted?
A few times. That's a story for another day.
All right.
Yeah,
Don't
okay.
incriminate yourself, sister. Don't
Yeah,
incriminate yourself.
right.
That's right.
Yeah,
All right, well,
yeah.
listen. Taylor put them to the side so everybody can see their reactions. I just want to know if you ever overreacted. Overreaction was a person. This is probably what it's going to look like. Put everybody to the side.
Hey, yo. You.
Wow.
Was that a McDonald's drive?
A McDonald's, and he had a pickaxe. What are you eyeing with a pickaxe for?
What in the Friday the
said no
13th
cheese on
Jason going on there?
No cheese on the quarter pounder. Unfortunately, the day workers got it wrong, and it is what it is. All I'm saying, consequences are different when you're 16 than they are when you're 56.
Yes.
Just know, don't overreact, ladies and gentlemen, as an adult, because things are not going to turn out good for us. The justice system still works well for black people, even if it don't work well for white people. And doggone it, boy, when the man say no cheese on his quarter pounder, he mean it. And he mean it for real.
Oh, man.
That is Black, that's Devin, and that's Kenny. And we're going to see y'all on next Monday. We out of here.
All right. Peace out.